Hi, I'm Paula. Join me as I make over this jewelry chest using the Floral Borders mold number 3 by Zuri Designs and the gold wax. I also cleaned and lightly sanded the jewelry chest using a 400 grit sandpaper. After cleaning and lightly sanding, I added 2 coats of Dixie Bell's caviar. Then I added the Roses Are Red rose transfer to the top of the piece. I poured the resin mold the night before. I added Gorilla Glue to adhere it. I pressed it down, then I grabbed my drill and I was ready to pre-drill some holes for the feet I wanted to add to make it look taller, bigger. I'm using a small paintbrush to remove the excess glue. As that dries, I'm going to drill 2 pilot holes for each foot that I'm going to add to the bottom of the jewelry box. The only thing about these feet is they do not come with screws, so you have to pick up some small ones at one of your hardware stores. The holes do not need to be very deep. It's just enough to give the screw a placement. Adding the feet gave it more height and added a bit of an elegant look. Once the feet were attached, I added another coat of the caviar. I made sure to cover the entire mold. The great thing about chalk paint is that it dries really fast, and you are able to add your transfers and molds the same day. You want to make sure that the mold is covered completely. Once the paint is completely dry, I can add on my transfers. Try and be sure of your placement because these are not something that you can place down and then pull up if you change your mind. Once it's down, it's stuck. This is the Roses Are Red transfer by Bells and Whistles. I found it on Etsy. I cut the large roses out and placed them on each side of the jewelry box. Placement is really up to you, whatever you feel looks good. I was really happy that the felt went well with the roses. The transfers are usually applied really easy. This one just gave me a little bit of a hard time because I had it stored for a bit. I use the tip of my finger to check for air bubbles. It's a bit of work pushing it down in between the ridges. Your fingers really are your best tools for most of this. It is so worth having the patience when you see the final results. Once I was happy with the placement of all the transfers, I added on my hardware and decided to add a couple pieces extra. I reattached the original drawer handles. Here I'm using a small touch-up brush for the areas that were too small for the larger brush. I added these two jewelry holder hooks from an old jewelry box that I had. I've used extra pieces on some of my jewelry boxes. I feel it adds more look, more of a custom style to it. Thank you so much for watching my video. I'm still working on public speaking. Hopefully I'll conquer that next. So I pushed record, but I guess at the wrong time. I added the wax here. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.